Hello again, traders. Right, we're looking at the DAX, and I have already made my money long on gold this morning, and a cheeky little long on a US dollar JPY. But I wanted to, firstly, I need to apologise for to my existing subscribers and new subscribers and my Twitter following for the clickbait in the titles. Now, I am driven. I've got to over 20 years in my trading through sheer hard work, and I need to sort of explain where I'm coming from for newer traders. I'm a bit obsessive. I hit Twitter and wanted to get as many followers as I could, just because it's there to do. Same with any business you run as a business self-employed person. You want to build the business as big as you can, sensibly, without incurring unnecessary stress, in my opinion. So that's my life philosophy. So did the same with YouTube. Could have probably got to 2,000 videos by now, but for various reasons, people stealing them and just not getting the traction that I required, I stopped ages ago. And I'm really getting into a place mentally where I need challenges. So I want to build my YouTube up. I might go on other social media channels, and if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know I'm going to go abroad, follow the sunshine, follow the beaches, follow the the traders lifestyle. This was what my whole life was always about. So the clickbait title about new traders, the fastest way to get to profitability, is just that. It's intended, if you know me well by now, you'll know my whole trading. By the way, we're watching this for a short. My whole trading sort of philosophy, but not about trading so much, it's about the social media side of things, is to try and help newer traders avoid making all the pitfalls I've made, and all the other thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of traders that have failed before you over the last 100 years or whatever. It's horrendous. The stories with trading are horrendous, and they just get worse and worse and worse because of online social media, fake gurus, whatever you want to call them. Okay, we got that out of the way. So let's. So I'm coming. Hopefully, you know I'm coming from the right place, which is to try and guide newer traders, and possibly catch a few disillusioned traders, because there will be hundreds and hundreds of thousands of them that have been ripped off by the Faroos, to help them perhaps have avoid the pitfalls at the start, or build the confidence to have another go, but without any risk of further financial ruin. And money is everything. People say money is nothing. I've had ex-wives that have said, money means nothing, life, and then now they're on the dole, as it were, or whatever, struggling. The grass is always greener. But I don't mean to be negative, because everyone excuse me, everyone has to learn for themselves, don't they? That goes for relationships, it goes for money, it goes for business, it goes for trading. So anyway, let's get down to this thing. Put a little tweet up today about how exciting I still get about trading, and I couldn't be more passionate or honest about it. It is like this morning I woke up, I don't know, let's use yesterday as a great example. I might be repeating myself now, apologies. Yesterday I woke up and I felt rotten. This cold keeps coming back, and I had a bad night's sleep, so I tried to sleep in the day for a couple of hours and recharge my batteries. The moment I woke up, I actually thought to myself, I feel worse than when I had my little cat nap to recover. And you know what? By the time I'd opened my charts, not even had the first coffee after waking up super grumpy and super miserable. Well, not, but worse than I went to sleep. Defeated the whole object. I got my head in the charts and I was rocking again. I was ready to take on the world. That is how trading affects me. And I'm certain that lots of my followers that get where I am understand this totally. I know it. I know. Might only be 3 or 4 dozen or whatever, but they know that feeling. The obsession with charts in a nice way. Once you've cracked it, once you know you can take money out of the markets, there is nothing better. Actually, this is starting to move down now, which is what at the end of the day, the break of that level there, when you get this red close with that candle, that is the entry. Now, I was getting my fresh bread rolls from the supermarket ready to enjoy my day of decadence again. So let's look at that level there. That's the one. Sharp-eyed people will notice instead of taking off to for my scalping, I've added on to, because I've been studying the weekly and the monthly of these scenarios. This is going down lovely. As I say, I'm not interested in trading it, but let's have a look at the lower time frames and see how I would have entered. Now, bearing in mind, the reason I'm not trading this is because this whole break of the low that is the trigger bar, because I've started calling this my trigger bar now. This is the RSI bust, pullback, and it's not broken and closed, which is a bit of a warning sign. But remember, this idea is probably just under 3 years old. The 3 CRs are probably 15 to 17 years old. And then the 2B reversal is probably, in my mind we're talking, is I've probably been aware of them for almost all of my 20 to 21 years trading, but let's say year 2, so that's 18 or 19 years old, the 2B. So this is going down as I'd expected it to, so I should explain why. First off, we can see this is so if we forget this side of the dashboard, this is screaming sell. This thing I am absolutely adoring. I knew it was going to be good. It's had a few little teething problems, but I just knew deep down inside myself this was going to be good. I love Bollinger Bands anyway. If you're not aware, if you're new to what I do, it's a Bollinger Band dashboard. It's 3 time frames. I've switched it back to the original builders method, I think. It's now H1, M15, M5. And look, that's from that level I put on there. That has moved so far. It's moved. Oh well, I'm not sure. Was that a new? No, that was a doji there, wasn't it? So if we look on the M5 chart, we'll see the new movement. So there it is. There it has moved. Scalper heaven, 12 pips or 121 points, thereabouts. But caught the wrong level. Let's be honest about this. There to about there would include, because it's lower than the low, would include the spread, so about 10 pips, 10 points. So that's doing exactly what I expected to. Now I could draw my lines on there that anyone who knows me will be aware of what's going on, like that, and I could say, that's 3 rising candles, which is an uptrend. That is double bottom, give or take a few points, but critically the close below that open close level or close open level, which is this candle here, is the trigger to suggest that the buyers that created this 3 swing ABC pullback move, we talked about that as well. Bollinger Bands are proving quite nice as well, because they're just like EMAs and MAs and all that lot. They're always areas of interest, and you can see it's come pop back. The true area of interest that pop back, that spike, would be there. I used to have a saying many years ago, you've got your swan song before it crashes again, and that is the swan song. This is the SS support and resistance indicator I use. I love it. But again, you know, that's been on and off my charts probably 30 times. I used to have the Sonic Dragon, look it up on my search on my YouTube channel. You know, I love that, but there comes a point when you can have too much on your charts. People look at my charts and think they're horrendous, a horrendous mess. But that's because they don't know anything about trading, really. Sorry, guys, I can't help being blunt, because you have to create a reaction in order to get people to understand they are wrong. Their scammer sellers are wrong. So that's 25 pips now, 250 points. That's how I trade, guys. That's how I get, if I want, 10, 15, 20 trades a day. And that's how you can learn to do the same. SS support and resistance again. This is a shame, because this level will disappear in a moment or a little while. I'm not sure of the rules. I should look them up more, but I'm more interested. This is probably something that people shout at the screen at me, newer people that don't know me, and look at that. That's all red now. That's just perfect. And look at that thing. It's all green. Sorry, I'm on about EJ. No, I was on about GJ. It's changed. Oh, I've got it on the minute changeover. So if we change, maybe I should be a little bit more sensible. Double Bollinger Bands. See the minute there, that thing there? G on YouTube helped me out with that one. Apparently, if this default setting is 60 minutes, so it'll hold those colors for 60 minutes. I'll put it on a minute because I'm a scalper. I'm on trading the 1 minute time frame to enter my trades with precision. Let's put it on the 5 minute or 10 minutes and see what that does to that indicator. We were looking at GJ, weren't we? GJ, EJ. I thought they were in the sell zones, actually, weren't they? Oh no, they were buy zones. I do apologise. No, I'm confusing myself now. I was watching that as well. I mean, well, there you go, guys. That was a live assessment, analysis, call, whatever you want to call it. Do this all day long. I don't need to teach you how to do this in a live room. I don't like live rooms at all. I don't like the way that people operate in them. They're a meeting place for trolls and losers, in my opinion, most of the time. So yeah, I digress. So that's done a beautiful job. I'm going to change that back to a minute because I'm still learning this this thing. It didn't prove my point or make any difference by the looks of it. And if I don't do it now, I'll forget. I wonder what those GJ and EJ will look like now. Yeah, GJ's gone all funny. EJ's not particularly good either. But this is where the crossover of this thing, look at that. That's, you know, I've got a second nature with all this stuff now. And the more I add, this is why you have to develop. And that's the point of this video, really. You've got to develop your own way of using these indicators or other indicators. I've got loads and loads of information. The later videos, obviously, the more up-to-date ideas of what I do. And, you know, it just keeps improving. You know, even this morning, I was looking at these, the monthly. So what we got? GJ monthly is good. Sorry, DAX monthly is good. Oh, typical. Not got enough data in my charts for this one. So let's have a look at the weekly on EJ. No, S30 weekly. So this is what I was looking at. We've got a trigger there, although it's a late trigger. So it's, but you know, I said earlier in the video, I'm looking and learning all the time. So what about this trigger here? First trigger, it's been flat. This is what flat means. This is what flat means, the grays. First trigger we get, Now, bearing in mind this is weekly, but let's say we're studying our charts on a Friday night after the markets are closed for next week, and that week has closed green. What do we know about that? I've got my recent candles dashboards, I've got all my other stuff that I study, my multi-time frame momentum, I've got the daily charts. I can look at this, the H4s. What do we know about that three green bars that I scream about, and the trigger bar? We're going to start calling that the trigger bar now, TMA trigger. What do we know could happen or should happen? If this was a 5-minute chart, you'd be all over this, or I would be all over this with like a rash, with my strategy. And there is the move. I'm not even going to look at the distance that's moved, because it will just be mind-boggling. I won't be able to work it out in terms of pips and points. So, and what do we know from this close? Well, we know the close is there, so we could draw a line on the close of the bar, and then we can analyze the daily and the H4 and all that lot, ready for the next Monday's trading session. We also know this is a 3CR down. That's a 3CR, so there should potentially be a pullback to the downside. Didn't happen. You know, I mean, this is strong momentum. And remember, these are sideways. This is some sort of inside bar on the monthly. Well, not an inside bar, but it is a shortened bar on 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Should have put a vertical on there, shouldn't I? Do apologise. Let's do it backwards. So that is the range for 6 weeks. That's the high. We'll do 4 weeks, which is a month, obviously. That's liable to be that roughly that monthly candle's range. It might be there to there. So let's have a look. I will put the vertical on there. Sorry, I've digressed, but that's the reason. I just want to explain the reason these are on there, and the reason I can look at this and this and this as if it was a 5-minute chart. That's how it works in my head. And then you've got your 2B, you've got your 1, 2, 3 high, low, and you've got all that other stuff mentally. Now, why isn't my blue box showing up on parade? There it is there anyway. So that's the low, that's the high. We can draw the range on that blue box, and it'll explain what I mean anyway. So we'll draw the, as I say, I'm not sure, I'm not going to look at each candle and the monthly and all that lot. It's going to be around there, or it's going to be that high to that low, or something like that. So apologies. There and there. Yeah, so it is that monthly candle there, 4 weeks. So that's an inside bar. I said it was, but I didn't know. And stands to reason. Inside bars will break 1 or 2 ways. Remember my saying from other videos, if you watch them, I do not want to be trading against that. You know, this is the best part of the new move. You can see why. God, I love this stuff. Close through the high. So, you know, you don't have to listen to thousands of hours of these gurus talking to you. You don't have to work out all these swings and things like that over months and months. You don't have to read thousands of Twitter people talking about fundamentals. That point there was a 3-candle reversal to the long side. That's your penultimate low. That's your ultimate low. That's your break and close above it, and that is a massive bullish signal. Obviously, a 3-candle reversal, a bullish 3-candle reversal, is a bullish signal. Didn't show up on Aaron's lines, but that'll be something to do with the settings. I mean, I love Aaron's stuff, but his stuff is just, you know, it's light years ahead of what I was doing at the time, and he took it upon himself to actually build this without any of, you know, Aaron's indicator here, Rebel Amp 3CR, without any input from me at all, and then just handed it to me and the group, if you like, my Twitter feed. I think we were probably on about 1,000 followers then. and just handed it to us free. I mean, that is social media at its absolute best. Onesie and Dean working on that as well. As you know, Dinesh on the RSI histo and the alerts, which you can't see on this particular chart because of the data, just never ending. But the whole point of this video is to let newer traders know where I'm coming from in terms of trying to help you avoid the mistakes I and millions of traders before you have made, and also just to explain to you, the euphoria, the power that this obsession can give you mentally. And I know this has worked for other traders because we had a conversation a short while ago. It, the obsession with these charts I don't think it can ever go away. And it's a digital thing. It's not like, I used to have one ear, if you like, on fundamentals and politics, world politics, and all that lot. Honestly, when you've lived through the BS that comes out of these guys' mouths, and you've seen it work, the world has gone to shit. Excuse my French. House prices are unaffordable in the Western world. Australia is in the shit. Europe is in the shit. The UK is in the shit with how no kids can afford to buy houses. No, doctors and nurses in London can't afford to buy houses. America is going through the same thing. No disrespect to any of you people, you individual people. It's the elites that have ruined everything. I've forgotten the expression, EQ. The quantitative easing, QE. Printing money just went straight from trying to rectify the economies straight into the trillionaires' pockets and billionaires' pockets. And what's happened? We've got a property bubble that will never stop because they keep inventing ways to prop it up because they are evil. There's no other word for it. They're selfish, evil people. And I'm into my third score years, and I can tell you, that's quite funny. Kid on the cash desk, I said, that's a dozen eggs. He said, what's a dozen? What's the score? Probably got no clue at all what I'm talking about. But these people, when you've lived through so many recessions, and you can see how they've propped this one up with their evil quantitative easing and printing money, and it's just going on and on and on. And in the old days, you could say, we'll expect a bust, but it's not. I mean, this should tell you everything you need to know. The bankrupt, morally bankrupt people, which is 90% of the world's population now, 10% of the world population, the other way around. It used to be probably 1 or 5. It's just going up and up and up because they breed morally bankrupt people. They breed these selfish, horrible people. They are just never going to let this stop now, in my opinion. I've used, sorry, I'm going right off one now, but who cares? They are using their money, which is the same way as the markets work anyway, to continue this abhorrent way that humans behave. It's all going to end in disaster. And I said we're going to have the mother of all crashes, collapses. That was the point I was trying to get to just now. We are going to have the mother, but that won't be like normal crashes. It will cause a shrinkage of the world population. Billions will suffer. Billions. We're way overpopulated for what the world is capable of, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, I have gone right off one. I do apologise, guys, but live for today, plan for tomorrow, of course, but just know that you could be run over by a bus or you could be diagnosed with some horrible illness. So if I can walk 20 miles a day or whatever, 10 miles a day for the next 10, 20 years, I'm going to do that. That is my important thing in life, not catching every trade that goes on there. I want to scuba dive, swim, skydive, balloon ride, all those things that I haven't done Well, I have done scuba diving, swimming, and all that, but I want to do it again. And that is what trading gives me personally. You, if you're younger, starting out in life, you want families and houses and cars and all that stuff. But just remember also, now I really am going off on one, the best thing I ever did in my life was start a pension at about 21 years old when I went self-employed. Best thing I ever did. I've only ever had one new car in my life. I've had dozens of new vehicles for businesses, new lorries, new vans, and all that malarkey, because that makes money. Invest to make money. This new world now is wrong. iPhone, what are we on, 20 now? That is just capitalist monetary bullshit. You know, a second-hand Samsung for 60 quid does the same job, but you're not impressing all your little shallow mates. You don't need a new car every year. Point is, stop all that unnecessary peer pressure spending and slap a couple of £100 in a pension. Believe me, when you get 40 years later or whatever, I think the age to retire is something like 50 in the UK, draw your pension. 30 or 40 years later, you will thank me for that little bit of advice, because you could have millions in the bank, ready for when you retire, and then you can do whatever you like. You know, just saying, guys, forget the new cars, forget all the new phones, forget all the flat screen TV upgrades, forget all that consumerism stuff. Just get some good stuff that lasts well and does the job, and then bang all the other stuff into all sorts of stocks and shares, the indices, the equities, and all that lot, and a safe little pension. Be careful, and you will thank me for that in 20, 30 years' time. It's incredible. And that's compounding. That's just basic interest compounding. If we went on a yearly chart, you would see if you'd put 100 quid on this 40 years ago, you'd be a trillionaire by now. So anyway, wow, gone right off the subject. I don't even know what we were watching now. This will tell me. I love it. Oh yeah, so we did. We dropped down. Where were we? There. Probably about 300 points, 30 pips, which is heaven for me. Yeah, 260. Absolutely fantastic. And really, still, there is no reason to go long. I cannot go long against this. Back on topic. So there you go, guys. A mega ramble, but I like to produce one video a day. I'll try and start focusing. In fact, if you want me to focus on anything in particular, put it in the comments section or tweet something in YouTube, in Twitter rather, and providing it's chart based. I'm not prepared to talk about brokers, funding companies, or anything like that. Charts, multi-time frame timing, multi-time frame analysis. And if I get time, the intention is when I'm abroad and get time, to actually start a pay-per-view video thingamajob, so you can ask questions, and it will be a subscription fee and one-to-one sessions and all that, if I can be bothered. But quite frankly, it depends what happens when I meet friends abroad and start to enjoy life again. You know, so well, I'm enjoying every minute of it, but I want to enjoy life away from the charts. But I'm too addicted to these damn charts. I love the things. So while I'm doing it, I might as well spread a little bit of the knowledge to anyone that's prepared to, that thinks I may have something to pass on. Thanks for watching. Have a great Friday. Friday's here. I'm all done on my trading. Really, I will be messing about when I see all the new stuff, because that is the point also. This is a new saying, trigger here, the TMA trigger, because it is new stuff, but it is absolutely mind-blowingly good And if I can start producing plans based on weekly and monthly and daily potential triggers for myself, then you know, as I always say, guys, you are learning. You are learning, if you're watching my stuff, from the cliff face. I think they say, don't they? Cutting edge stuff. It's literally happening in front of my eyes. My additional knowledge of these things. I mean, what is this doing at the moment on the lower time frames? So the TMA is just flat right now. You know, that was the entry, that one there, and that was the M1. You know, we want to drill down on M1 after M5 has given us these triggers. Actually, I got that wrong, didn't I? Or have I just changed charts? Some of these charts are quite sensitive. So that's a new trigger. Yeah, that was the original 3-bar trigger there. But I know why. It was way before the UK Open. What, 5 or 6 minutes? But always wait for the UK Open. Well, I don't always. Actually, that's a lie. But anyway, so the break of that low was potentially our entry. And as you can see, these are the ultra low drawdown entries. And you know, this is why I just can't express how exciting this stuff is. 26 pips, 260. I just want to get it there. There's no drawdown. Next level, I know it's going to have a problem, which is exactly what happened there. That M30 low. It's going to bounce around. It's going to do it all again. It just does it again and again and again and again. You know, the proper, what I would be watching for really is that situation there. 3 new reds, and then we know we're good to go. So that was the red. The break of that low there was the entry, and the drawdown on that particular entry. And this is what I'm seeing 1,000 times a day now. Sorry, the break of that low, isn't it? Yeah, that's the new candle. Apologies. I'll get better at, get more focused as we get into a new. Look, that was the entry. There's no drawdown. You know, it's just like 3 pips or whatever. This is just well, you can tell I'm speechless. So yeah, guys, it keeps improving minute by minute, day by day, hour by hour, whatever way you want to look at it. So thanks for watching. Have a good day. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, and say hi on Twitter if you're new. Best Forex Method. The link is in my YouTube profile. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Have a wonderful Friday. Apparently it's going to be sunny, so I'm going to get 20,000 to 30,000 steps in if I can today on the beach. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.